We are ready to go into this next turn. So I pulled my artillery ready. I put the 6th Corps, and these are the units that are worth 2 points. I mistakenly spoke before and said it was the 12th Corps. We are ready for the chit pool. It's going to be an interesting turn of events this turn. We will see. Ooh, I keep moving the map. Let's get this back to even. Let's see what happens. First chit pool is going to be, all right here. That's a good jump. 2 movement. Is going to give him a movement of 4. That's really bad movement. It would have been nicer to have much more movement to get up here. So the question I'm having right now is, I'd like to get up on this hill and really start to maybe take that objective back. A movement of 4 is really poor though. So I can go, could be a 16 move, meaning I use march movement because I'm coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just get him to like right here. And if I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come right behind him here. And then right behind him here. And then with a movement of 4, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then I'm going to go to here and then here. So these use the march movement. They're just moving regular. And this way, at least I can slow this tide down, and with a better movement roll, I might try to come around the back end here and come up this hill and really now start to put pressure on the claws on his left flank. Next chit pool is the Federal Army again, and we're back to Reynolds. All right, Reynolds rolled a 4. What I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna back away and disengage so I can get back up on the hill to support it. And I'm going to start to close ranks here with Reynolds because I feel like we've done a ton of damage here. So I'm going to pop here, I'm going to pop here, I'm going to pop here. And I'm going to try to really hold this line, let these troops wheel. So my thought with the Federal Army is come in and crush, 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 hold, and then start to envelop on this side up and just catch the Confederates in this trap here. We'll see how that works out. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have rolled for Reynolds movement, which I didn't. I don't think I did. So, because I did have a new unit coming in, I did roll for them off camera. So 3, 6. He can basically move 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he'll get all the way to here. Using march movement. Now, when I go to activate Reynolds again, when the turn it comes in, it is still part of the formation consistency, but next turn it won't be. So when I activate these units, they can move and attack. These guys won't be able to do that, won't be able to attack or enter zone of control of an enemy because they weren't in formation range. The other thing is I got to roll to see how strong that unit is. It is an untested unit. From Vermont, I rolled a 4. So for the rest of the game, that unit on a roll of 4 will have a tactical efficiency rating of a 4. Just like I did with the Confederates, with that earlier unit that was eliminated. So actually 2 Federal troops activating first does work in the Confederate favor. Okay, we have Hood. And Hood is gonna roll a 6. About time we get some decent movement. That's gonna be an 8 movement. And Hood is going to want to start to, all right, that means he's going to get the hill and he's going to go take it. So he's basically going to go 1 and capture that objective. And I'm going to go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 to try to hold it. And then I'm going to have him go tons of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7 up here. And then what I think I'll do with Heath is start to bring him around this way. Though I do have this threat coming in, it's going to be interesting. But important thing is the Confederates now have 1, 2, 3 objectives. And that's significant. The Federal Army has 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives. So now the game is going to come down to potentially objective rolls because the casualties are very tight. So very even game here. We have McClaws activating now. McClaws also rolled really well with a 5. That's going to give him a movement of 8. McClaws is here and here. Interesting. So do I like to hold this, and what I'm going to do with McClaws is basically come out, hold that objective there, and go basically 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to try to hold this hill with McClaws, and try to counter whatever these units are trying to do here. At least I'm on the hill now. I can move him one more spot. So I'm going to put him in the, I'm going to put this unit in the middle, because that's a stronger unit. Okay. So we have Culp's Hill. We're going to hold the high ground with some protection here, because right now what the race is going to be, I think, to what happens in the middle there. Next chit pool is the Union, and the Union's chit pool is going to be the 9th Corps. The 9th Corps is going to roll, and they got a movement of 3, not bad. That's going to give them 6 for the 9th Corps. Boy, I think I'm going to pull out of here because I'm about to get, he's the last unit remaining. See, I'm going to pull out of his zone of control. Well, I don't want to give, well, I'm going to give up the hill because I'm just going to get smashed. I'm going to be a casualty if I do that and give an easy point to the Union, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pull him back basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to try to hold that objective now with that unit because that's all that's left from that command. So let me make sure. Yep. So we hold that, swing him by, and see if we can hold that objective for the Union Army. And they did their best to hold Culp's Hill. And oh, I've got a unit here of Reynolds which I didn't move last turn. I'm going to go back and do that. I had a movement of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 back on the hill. He's someone who had to retreat last turn, if you remember. So that doesn't change much. All right, again, more federal troops definitely working in the Union favor. Band roll of a 1 is going to give them a movement of 4. These are these guys right here. Let's get up on this hill and secure this line. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to get up here 3, 4. And we're going to get these units up on the hill as well. 5, 6. So everyone's up on the hill. And then what I'm going to try to do with the Federals is now plug that middle. And we'll see if that works out in our favor or not. I don't want to attack right now, because I'll be too, well, it may be worth it going after the objective. I'm currently 4 to 3 odds. He's got that unit there. I like to get a little bit more of the Union in play. Let's see what happens. All right, we have Pickett, and we know Pickett's coming in way behind. He's got a nice roll of a 5. 5 for Pickett's going to be a movement of 10. So does, maybe Pickett comes through right here with a movement of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Pickett coming from behind and holding and bolstering this line here, which really exposes Crawford. Might be a good time for me to play my combat shit with the Confederate Army, but again, I'd like to get these units in position before I do that. I still got Pender back there, Johnson. My next pull is going to be, it is Pender. Pender's going to roll, and Pender's going to be at a 2, which is Not a lot of movement. That's a movement of 4. We're going to go engage the line again. Let's see, I'd like to get these units right into here. So Pender with a movement of 4 is going to go basically 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Wow, so they're coming back. There's going to be some heavy carnage coming here. Now the interesting thing here is, you think of this and you're Ameritrash or your warmongering side is like, go get some casualties. But if you look at the board right now, the Confederates are actually the Confederates are currently sitting with 26 and 8, 34 victory points. The Union has 25, 31. So almost just hold your objectives, what I really should be doing. That's what I really should be doing, is just hold the objectives. So I'll do this one last round and really, maybe I should have pulled Pender back another way. Well, we'll see what happens. Next chit is Rhodes. Rhodes is going to roll. Rhodes has a 1, which is not a lot of movement, but that's going to be enough for me to do something like moving these guys to here and moving this dude to here. And I'll keep him in reserve because I'd like these units to fill this gap here. All right, and then we got Johnson. We'll roll for Johnson. Johnson's going to move into 3, which should be 6. I did not roll for Lee. I did not get him. Movement is 6. All right, I am going to swing Johnson out of this trap now. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't enter another enemy zone of control, but I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do that. So what I like about this, actually I can drop them right here, is it now, I'm kind of bringing my line back and condensing it here. Kind of like that move right there. We're going to hold on to that. Okay, now we do have our Anderson chit. There's only Early left in the pool, and he's probably not going to move. And then I've also got Heath in the pool, who is probably not going to move. So now might be the time for me to play my combat chit. And that's what I'll probably wind up doing after I make this last move. That might be what I do here. So let's move Anderson. Oh, beautiful. I think you see that Anderson got a movement of 6. It's exactly what he needed, because that's going to give him 8 movement, and he's going to get some fresh units up here. 1, you know, I am so confused on how this works. I don't know why I am. I feel like I'm just missing something. The Sunken Road hex side has an additional move cost of 1. Got it. So that's easy for me to understand. I guess what I'm struggling with is that line, which is the railroad cut. Move cost of 1. D. Might not enter or exit through a shaded hex side. I'm struggling to understand what that means. Because are you saying I can't enter here or exit it? Gosh, if you can pipe in the notes on here, I'm really just struggling with this one. This is I just really struggle. Railroad cut, I take it that's the railroad cut. That's what I think I'm looking at there. Unfinished railroad. Okay, maybe that's what I'm looking at. It looks like an unfinished railroad. OT. So I think I'm wrong. I think the unfinished railroad is nothing. I do think the Sunken Road hex side has a movement cost of 1. So again, with a movement of 10, that should be plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Yeah, so I'm going to be able to get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pop in here. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pop in here. And he's going to come right behind. And then I'm pulling my combat shit, so let's do this. You guys ready for some carnage? I know you are. All right, I'm gonna do a combat right here. So I have a lot hitting this unit. So I basically have, I did not get my pull to get my reinforcements up. So I've got 3, I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 to 2 odds. 9 to 2 odds. He is in a forest. No defense modifier. All right, so 9 to 2 odds. Do I want to make it 10 to 2 odds with some artillery? I have McClaw's artillery, Heaths, I can't use them. Pender, can't use them. Hood, I can use Hoods, but I have Rhodes. I'm going to use it. So it's 10 to 2 odds. The Confederates are going, the rebels are going to use their artillery back. So it's 10 to 3 odds, which makes that 3 to 1. Okay, 3 to 1 odds. I have a +2 modifier. So I'm going to roll first for this dude. He rolled a 6. He's eliminated. He's got a 4. He rolled a 6. He's eliminated. Big elimination here. So 2 victory points for the Confederates. 1, 2. These units are destroyed. And with 3 to 1 odds, I can only hit 3 units back. So I'm going to hit the 5, the 4, and the 4. So I'll do the 5 first. He rolled a 5, he's good. The 4, he rolled a 1, he's good. The other 4 rolled a 3, he's good. And then because I won that, I can go ahead and advance. So I'm going to have Pickett's troops march up and advance. That was a big victory for the Confederates here. That's why where and how you play your combat chits are big, because I couldn't get the rest that I was really trying to get for the Federals, the 2nd Corps in there, and I just couldn't do it. So now when I come here, I'm going to have these 2 stacks attack here. This stack will attack here, and this stack will attack here. So we'll start here. I'm on the hill, so I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's 7 to 4 odds. I really would like to make that 8 to 4 odds, so I do. Of course, we're going to counter that with a battery and make it 8 to 5 odds. So that's basically going to make it 1 to 1 odds. 8 to 5 will be 1 to 1 odds. The hill is offset because I've got troops there. So on the 8 to 5 odds, it's 1 to 1. 1 to 1, there's no modifiers, so we'll roll for Aries first. 1, 2, 3, or 4. He rolled a 4, he's good. And then underneath it, Fisher, he rolled a 5. He will take a step loss and have to retreat 1. So we did that. And all right, I'm going to use my sharpshooters. I want to see how that works. Bear with me 1 second on the sharpshooters. So what the sharpshooters do is basically they never go into the cup. They be able to support. So it gives me a +1, so it wouldn't have done anything. Yeah, it wouldn't have done anything there on defense. So, okay, so I'm not going to use it there. 1 step loss, victory point for the Confederates. And now I got to roll for the Federal attack back. That's a miss on Rhodes. Rolled a 4. 3, that is a hit, and a 2 withdrawal. 1, 2. And that will be a victory point right there for the Federal Army. And then I got to roll against this stack right here. This Hood is a 4. He's fine. Underneath him is a 4. 2, he's fine. Okay, move to this stack here now. Now I've got the 1 and the 2. That's a 3. A 3 against 1, 2. Plus on the hill is a 3. It's 3 to 3 odds. Again, using the sharpshooter chit doesn't do anything for me, nor does artillery in any case, because I can go 4 to 3. It's still 1 to 1. So we'll go 1 to 1 odds here. I'm going to roll the die. I need a 4. He's good. Underneath him, I need a 3. He fails, and he is eliminated. So that will now move the victory marker into the 30 slot for the Confederates. And then on the counterattack back, 1, 2, or 3, he's good. And then underneath him, another 1, 2, or 3 is a 6. So that's a retreat of 3. 1, 2, 3. And a victory point for the Federal Army. Over here, we're going to attack. I have 3 against 2. No reason to play on her. Oh, it's 3 against 3. The most I can get it is 4. So we're going to leave it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's good. 1, 2, 3, or 4. He's good. 1, 2, or 3. He takes a hit and has to retreat 2. 1. Oh, he's eliminated. Actually, it's a 1-step unit. So that's a victory point for the Federal Army. And staying across the line here, Pender, who moved all the way out this way, is a 4 against 3. On the hill is 4 against 4. We'll roll for Doubleday. He's fine. We'll then roll for Wadsworth. He is hit and retreats 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's a victory point here. And then the return, 1, 2, 3, or 4. He's good. And then 1, 2, or 3, he has to retreat 2 because he missed his roll by 2. And that will be a victory point for the Federal Army. I'm actually going to retreat him here. And then last attack on this long line, it's a 3 against a 3. 3 against the 3. We'll roll here. He's fine. We'll roll here. He gets hit and retreats 2. Victory point. That's going to put the Federals into the 30s as well, right behind them. And then 1, 2, 3, or 4. He's good. So retreat him that way. So not a bad attack. Lots of points across the board. Some movement down on this side that favored the Confederates. But again, some attacks up here that favored the Federal Army, in my opinion. Next draw is going to be 12th Corps. They got to move in a 4. And the 12th Corps is the star. So we are going to take advantage of some stuff right here. Let's see, we're going to come out, we're going to crush this unit right here of Penders. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And here, we're going to get them on all 4 sides. And we are going to smack the crap out of that unit right there. And that's going to be an easy win, I think. But we're not going to pull our combat shit yet because we're feeling good right now. Next shit up is Heath. Heath can do some movement. That's about all he can do. So let's see what Heath does for his movement. He's going to move in a 6. A roll of 6, which is going to give a movement of 8. Heath is all the way down here. He's all that's left. So he can start to combine with another unit, especially from his core. So let's do that. Let's swing him around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into the woods here. Okay. Next pool. All right, that is going to be 3rd Corps. They rolled a 4, which is 8. Wow, we are gonna do what I was hoping to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have completely come around, and we have really caught the Confederates in this trap right here. And I think they're going to get freaking pummeled right now. And we're not done springing this trap, so we got more to do. Next pool, all right, that is going to be the 2nd Corps. They rolled bad on their movement, unfortunately. That's a movement of 4. Remember, I wanted to bolster the middle here, so I'm going to go ahead. I feel really good right here, right now. So I'm going to take these troops here with a movement of 4, and I'm going to basically, I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm not going to go for that objective because I don't have to. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a solid line right here. I'll show you what I'm going to do. 1, 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should have been there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold and crush, and then come up on this side with the last remnant. Early is the only unit that has not activated yet, but they're holding that hill. I don't even think they would move in this case. But I am going to play my combat chit for the Federal Army. I'm going to launch some attacks. So the first one I'm going to do right here, you can see when you look at this, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides against that Pender's troop. My odds are completely disgusting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have moved him up too. Let's get him up here. 8. It's like 10 to 1 odds, man. It's just brutal. So as long as this unit doesn't roll a 1, he's eliminated. And then he rolled a 2, so that's exactly what I needed. He is going to die, can't retreat, and I am absolutely going to advance into that spot. So he is destroyed. That is a victory point for the Federal Army. Ooh, this is hurting bad. All right, I don't have to make this attack because I have the high ground, but I will because I'm going to combine these two, and that's going to be 3 against 2. I will use artillery to make it 4 to 2, 2 to 1 odds. Do I have artillery I can use in reserve? Pender does. Lucky, 4 to 3 odds. So with 4 to 3 odds, it's 1 to 1. Let's roll first here. 1, 2, 3, or 4. He rolled a 1. He's good. 1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. That's a hit, and that's an elimination. So lucky there. I thought we'd be able to get him. So victory point goes to the Rebels. All right, staying across the line. We did that attack. I'm not going to attack here. I don't have to mandatory attack that. I don't have to mandatory attack that. I do have to mandatory attack the objective with that unit, and we'll go ahead and do that. Currently, it is 2 to 3 odds. I will use artillery to make it 3 to 3 odds. And it's Hood. I don't have artillery to counter it, so it's 1 to 1 odds. So we'll roll here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what a hit! That's a loss of 2 steps, of a step and a retreat of 1, 2. That is huge. You cannot afford to have the Federal Army lose this objective right here. Hood has got to hold on. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, and he holds. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Holds. So almost retook that objective. Wow. Okay. That's all the attacks. So we're going to be done for this. Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Up here, I do have these 2 units on that unit. Remember, that unit participated in this attack. So it is 3 to 1 odds. I will use artillery, make it 4 to 1 odds. I don't have any artillery to come back with. So 4 to 1 odds. He basically needs a 1. He rolled a 1. Wow, Confederates getting some of those Federal rolls. And with 4 to 1 odds, only 2 tests back in return. So I'll go on this unit, 1, 2, 3, or 4. He is hit, and he's eliminated. Wow, what a valiant defense right there by the Confederate Army. Very valiant. And then a second one, I'll then attack the 3. He is hit, and it must retreat 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Wow. All right, then over here, I'm going to put all of them on this guy. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 6 to 1 odds. I'll use an artillery to make it 7 to 1. They don't. 6 to 1 odds, so there's basically no roll. The attacker does not have to roll. I basically need a 1 to survive here, and I don't. So this unit is destroyed, and the Federal Army can move in, and they will, just like that. And really did a nice job of coming around and cutting off the Confederate push. And at this point, the game is very even. I think the Confederates are going to try just to hold on to objectives. So thematic is this is the last push for night. So the last chit pulled is Early's. Early is sitting up on the hill. And they're certainly not going to move from the hill. They're going to stay there. So that's going to end the turn. So that was man, I'll tell you what, that was an awesome turn. We're going to go into nighttime now. And as I start to reset this, and remember, there's no attacks at nighttime, so it's all going to be about positioning for tomorrow. And then tomorrow's the last day of battle. And right now, it's a very even game. So I say even again. The Confederates are currently sitting with 34 and 8. Check my math. I think that's 42 points. I'm doing this quick. And then the Federal Army has got 33 and 6 is 39. And then the last thing you go and you'll count your objectives. Confederates own 3, so they would roll 3 dice and they get half the results there. So they get an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. And the Federal Army has 4 objectives, and they would get an additional 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So you can see how close it was. It is right now. The Federal Army has a chance to circumvent and potentially take Seminary Ridge back, which is interesting because that would really seal the deal, I think, if Seminary Ridge falls. And you got Pender completely cut off here. I actually think at night he's going to get eliminated, guys, because he does not have an open supply line. I think he's going to get eliminated. I think they'll be okay. Yeah, wow. This move here really crushed the Confederate Army. And I think they're going to lose this one. Different than the actual battle. They actually got what they couldn't do in Gettysburg is get Culp's Hill. But I think this game is going to show that really isn't going to matter anyway. The amount of troops coming in for the Federal Army, I think, is way more than the Confederates can handle. But we'll see when we go to the next step. We'll see you guys on, well, I mean, technically I can go right into the turn now. Let's do it now. Let's not even wait. We're going to go right into nighttime. So as we go into night, again, I'm going to go right into night because I don't have any more troops come in. I don't have any artillery to move to combat. There is no combat this turn. So as a reminder, when we go into nighttime, let's do nighttime procedures. There are no attacks, so I'm going to flip those over. We don't get the Robert E. Lee chit. We don't get the Warren chit. And we still get, there's going to be no attack this turn, no artillery use, nothing else to worry about there. There is no combat. You can leave 1 chit out of the pool, remember? And that unit cannot move and it will heal 1. Oh, shoot. We missed something, guys. My fault. The end of combat, if you're adjacent to someone next to a hill and you're in clear terrain without someone else on the hill, you've got to pull out. This unit would have to pull out, but because it's being threatened by here. But I do have a unit here threatening him, but I don't over here. So we are going to have to do some pullouts first. Let's do that. And then after we do that, we'll go right into nighttime. Yeah, that hurts, man. I forgot about those automatic withdrawals. That's going to hurt. That's definitely going to hurt. Clear terrain at a higher elevation, which 4 hexes. All right, so he's going to have to retreat 4 hexes. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. He is not in clear terrain. He's good. He is in clear terrain, even though he's on the hill. he's threatened by him, so he's gonna have to pull back 4, 2, 3, 4. Everything else is good, and I own the hill here, and there are no Union armies, so we're good with that. Okay, who do I want to basically rest up at night? And I'm wondering if it should be not move. This is interesting. Very interesting. If you don't move a unit, you can bring back a dead unit or flip one over. I really think I need Hood. Well, I'd like to get Hood's troops up. So I think I do want to move Hood in the night. You know what? I'm going to come back to this later. I got to do a lot of thinking before I move into this and read through the rules. So we will actually do a separate episode for turn 10 when we come back.